In less than 24 hours after Tamika Thiam and Akon finalized their divorce, Akon managed to make Thiam look like a complete joke with just one move. Recently, news of their split grabbed a lot of attention. After filing for divorce, Tamika asked Akon to pay 100 million euros for living expenses and child support. But little did she know, her wish would be completely crushed. First, during the divorce proceedings, it was revealed that Akon's bank account held a meager $10,000. For an American pop rap star, that tiny balance shocked everyone. So Tamika's billion-dollar dream? Probably never gonna happen. Second, it was exposed that Akon had already transferred most of his assets to his mother's account. While he appears to have luxury cars and mansions, in reality, he has almost no money at his disposal. And for him, that might have been the smartest move. Finally, Akon disappeared from the public eye. Despite the huge drama around their marriage, he never made a public statement. Even as the internet mocked him for his financial crisis, he didn't care. Meanwhile, Tamika was left in the spotlight, taking all the heat. These three moves were so clever. No big effort required. No legal fees needed. Yet they made his ex-wife look like a total fool. So, what do you think? Was Akon's strategy justified? In less...
What's going on, y'all? Look here. And I'm with my brother.
This is James Eugene, and shout out to Akraf Hakimi for this beautiful, legendary precedent that he set. And welcome to the Eugene brothers. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good, man. We got a banger today. As you guys probably saw from that first clip, Akon just proved why men need to move smart when it comes to relationships, marriage, and divorce. You know, after his wife reportedly filed for divorce, many are saying Akon handled it like a chess master. Because as you guys can see, you know, what they were married for, what, 29 years?
29 years, guy.
And, you know, many people would, I would say, dare say, consider that a milestone, right? Like, you know, 10, 20 years. They would probably think that's actually a pretty long time. But yet and still, I guess, and I don't know, I think sometimes we could assume that this woman was probably plotting from the jump. I don't know if maybe Akon legitimately was doing something, you know, it doesn't seem that way. But
we don't know. We don't know. We can't take sides because we don't know who or what did who or what.
But what we do know is that she filed for divorce, and he's thinking that she was gonna extract, you know, millions from this guy. This dude only had $10,000. And how much times have we covered this at this point? You know, like this is the kind of stuff that Tyreek Hill, we covered him on the channel too. Tyreek Hill probably should have took some notes from Akon, because Tyreek, he got divorced after how many? What was it? I think it was like 17 months.
17 months.
And the girl got like 500,000 lump sum, and then he got to pay 20 to 50,000 every single month.
Yo, bro. The Africans got the playbook. Hakimi is Moroccan. I think Akon is Senegalese.
Yeah.
He got the playbook.
Wow. So, you know, if we were to play another video, you know, let's check this one out. Yeah. Because this brother over here did a phenomenal job. He was funny as hell. Let's see what he has to say.
Wife Tamika Thiam filed a divorce to part ways after 29 years of marriage and demanded $100 million as compensation. The court handling the case only found $10,000 in Akon's account, as the singer's wealth is sitting comfortably in his mother's account. You got to think, us in America, we diet ninjas, right? The closer you get to Africa or being from the continent of Africa, our powers increase. Right? So he got pretty much all of his abilities. So he's moving at higher speed than you. You thought you was going to outsmart him, but his mama on demon time with him. You know what? She been shaking for years. Can't get nothing. And you know what? Transfer the bread to me. That's just what's going on right now. You got to understand, when you stepping into the deep earths of Wakanda, when the blackness is at peak. See me? I got a good amount of it just because of the pigmentation. Now him, he got it fully melanated. He probably glows sometimes in the dark. You got to understand what you're dealing with. Over here, we giving them hell in America, right? These women is dealing with diet ninjas, right? They ain't even got the full threat. If they go over there to the continent, they can get a full dose of what we got to offer. I might got to go home for about a year and a half just so I can fully tap into my melanated powers. They don't understand that we playing the game at a high level. We ain't going for it. Her ain't got enough melanin to even see what's going on. We playing the game above the shoulders. Always remember that. Akon.
So it's funny because like I want to give a shout out to Let's Spread, excuse me, Chaos the sequel. Okay, so that's some name, but he said compensation for what? Shopping, salon, more shopping. And you know, I wanted to read that because this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, for the life of me, I can't understand why we are compensating these women who did not sacrifice anything when these dudes were blowing up.
Like hold on. 29 years is not a cheap thing. We talking about sacrificing your body. We talking about food.
Stop.
We're talking about sex. That's a lot of sacrifice.
Stop.
29 years?
Stop. You see, the thing that's sad, bro, she could get a job. Go get a job. And you know what's so sad about that? Because, yeah, you're talking about 29 years, but 29 years, do we not see how this girl was dressed? This girl was not living the life, going to all these parties, getting all the shop. Like, stop. We
don't know what she put up with. We don't look. We don't know. Look, we don't know if Akon is the good guy or the villain, or if she's the good guy or the villain. We don't know them personally. But from those pictures, hold on. From those pictures, we can assume that she was living that good life. We see it.
Hell yeah, she was living the good life. Absolutely. Look at her in the club. She looked like she's being oppressed. Now, again, if on all seriousness, right? If she was somehow battered, bruised, being oppressed, then I think there could be a legitimate. Like, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the women out there, right? I do believe there are cases where women actually go through something, but I don't think women saying, "Oh, I sacrificed my body." No, look, it takes two to tango. And when you are sleeping with a dude on the caliber of like an Akon, Tyreek Hill, you name it, all these superstars, right? They are giving you a lifestyle that other women would dream of. Other women want to talk about men and how they bums and they don't got their shit together and all this other stuff. Other women dream of that lifestyle, and you got it for doing nothing other than seemingly being pretty. And now you want to extort this dude who did all the work. He was the one that wanted to tour. He was the one that came up with all the songs. He was the one that did all this stuff. And now you want to extract money from him? I just don't see that being justified, man. But I will say this.
So you don't think women should get compensation for divorcing their husbands? So they just goes automatically straight to the streets?
No, you go back to your parents' house.
What if the parents don't exist? What if they passed away?
Get a job. You didn't hear that.
Okay, hold on. What about a probationary period? Like, finding a job is not that easy. You need the skills.
Look. Isn't that something that you should consider then before you divorce this man? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're not well off, if you don't have no type of substance for yourself, your whole livelihood was based off of this man. You see, this is what I'm saying. These women out there, right? That get married to dudes like Akon, they just sit back, try to look pretty, and never once do they invest in themselves. Like, that's what I'm saying. You don't have a business with all that money that you were getting from Akon. You never once came up to him and said, "Hey, I would like to start a business so I could do something for myself. Let me actually learn a trade. Let me learn a skill set." No. You just wanted to sit there, look pretty, go to all the parties. Now I want $1 million. Get out of here, bro.
100 million, not a million, 100 million.
Right?
That's key. That's key. That's key.
Crazy. And before we go even further, like, I think it's masterfully done where dudes like Akon are literally saying to themselves, "Nah, you know what? I know this girl ain't no good. Let me give all my money to my mom." Like, that is the blueprint, fellas. That's the blueprint. It's like I'm gonna give somebody the money that I know I can trust And now the system, it seems like the system, because Akon is not the first person to do this. There's a soccer player, maybe I could look up his name.
Hakimi, I told you, he set the precedent.
Yeah.
And he's Moroccan from Africa. So these African brothers are on a whole new level. They out there.
Yeah. I mean, they literally found a blueprint, and these courts are just, their hands are tied. Like, hey, he don't got no money.
Hey, Nick. Nobody's going to love you more than your mother.
Hey, it's crazy out here. It's sad. And you know what's so sad about it? Because you would have thought, if we were spiritually minded, right? It said that a man shall leave father and mother and cleave to his wife. We can't even keep that no more. Because I can't even leave father and mother to cleave to my wife because my wife ain't shit. This is sad.
Hold on. Whoa. We got to give her, we got to, 29 years is not no piece of cake. 29 years. It could have been blissful for like 25 years, and the last 4 years was just awful. It could have been peaceful. It could have been rocky. We don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but 29 years, I'm pretty sure she really stuck with this guy and tried to make it work. Maybe something happened that was just like broke the straw that broke the camel's back. We don't know. This is what I'm saying. Like we don't know like why she's filing for divorce. So this is why I like to keep the benefit of, keep it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they just fell out of love with each other and nothing happened. You see, probably nobody's at fault here. But 29 years, we have to give her credit where credit is due. That's a long time.
I hear you, but I think the problem is if no one is at fault, then that's more of a reason why she don't deserve that money. Because that means by that stance, he didn't do nothing to you. You just fell out of love, and now you want all this money. But I will say this, right? Let's say she did have a benefit of the doubt, right? If we did give her the benefit of the doubt. There's a video I want to play where Tasha K, she kind of breaks this down. And, is it justified? Not necessarily, but there might be some circumstances that may have caused a little bit more turmoil than we think. Let's check this out.
File for divorce. She is citing differences that can't even be explained, but we can explain them. Okay. They've been married since 1996. We actually pulled the original wedding photo. Jasmine, go ahead, we're going to find it now. Shout out to the team. This was their original photo. This was their original. This was before he was famous and had money and all of that. This was back in 1996, and now she is decided to file for divorce, citing differences that can't even be explained or fixed. It's beyond irreconcilable differences, okay? And so he has told the line. Now, he has bragged about over the years all the wives that he's had illegally during the time that he was married to her. She's gorgeous, by the way. Let's go ahead and let him remind you.
Yourself have 9 kids?
I got 9, 7 boys and 2 girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's always been the rumors about how many wives you have.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let it.
So
I like the fact that people are guessing now.
Okay.
So it seems like by the voice, it sounds like maybe that might have been like a Vlad interview, right?
Yeah, it sounds like a Vlad TV interview where Akon is being interviewed by Vlad.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it.
So you can neither confirm nor deny.
I'm not
you have
confirming nor
multiple wives. I've been asking the same question, I think, for about 10 years.
Right.
I always get the same answer.
So it's kind of funny from the standpoint, like, you can see Tasha K shaking her head, kind of like in disgust, but like it's clear. And I'm gonna play more of the video, but it seemed like he has multiple wives. Do you think that might have played a factor in it?
I don't know, because it sounds like she already knew about it already. I don't know, but irreconcilable differences. What does that actually mean? To me, it sounds like, okay, they just called it quits because they have differences that they can't reconcile with each other. Like the differences are so great, it causes such a great chasm that they just can't get along.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that if Akon, being that we heard that one brother, he was making a lot of jokes, but he's not from Wakanda, but clearly he is African, right? And Africa, it should be like well known that polygyny is practiced all the time over there, right?
Yeah,
So,
but if for him to have seven boys and 2 girls,
but no, but okay, what point are you making then?
because that means he's been having children before the divorce.
That's my point. So what I'm saying is that if he is perhaps is there a line that's finally drawn in the sand, right? Like if you have one other wife, that's one thing, right? But what happens when you have 2, 3, and there's less time you probably spending with this woman?
Hey, 8
okay.
is enough. 8 is I can't do 8. 7 was good. 8 is nah.
You see what I'm saying? So this is what I mean is like it's so arbitrary, right? Because I guess that's your point, right? Like where do you draw the line, right? If you knew the guy was having multiple women, you were okay with it, right? Because you were getting to the bag. When did it finally get to, oh, nah, this is irreconcilable? Mind you, that's if that was even the situation, right? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he's just like, yo, I got another kid on the way, and then she was just like, nah, you trifling, bro. You trifling.
Love it. I love that everybody's guessing. Like, I know he got more, but how many? You go on the line, you may see 9, you might see 7, you might see 4. I love it though.
You love it.
Those are not wives. Those are hoes.
And this is the thing, man. And it's so crazy. And I know I didn't let it play much, but it's just like, why you got to do that, right? Like this is a practice that people been doing for years. And now this women always attack other women for this lifestyle. They knew what they signed up for. This is Akon we're talking about. They know what they signed up for, but now you want to degrade them. Mind you, not men degrading these women, other women degrading each other. What happened to the sisterhood? They're not wives, they're hoes. I mean, are they going around having sex with all these different men, or are they only dealing with Akon? If that's the case, yeah, go ahead.
But hold on. Did he marry? We don't know if he has multiple wives, but did he marry them legally?
Does it matter? What is legal marriage when the state is involved?
I mean, did he go through the proper channels of actually going through asking their parents for their hand in marriage? Did he pay the dowry price? Did he go through the ceremony?
If he did, that's what I'm saying. What it means to be legal. Legal simply means that they had an actual marriage license issued by the government. If he did all those things that you just mentioned, biblically, it's all right. Am I right? If he spoke to the parents, paid the dowry, did all that stuff, there was an actual ceremony. From a biblical standpoint, that would have been okay, right?
Yeah, but what about an African standpoint?
But no, that's what I'm saying. If they don't abide by the same understanding as we do, then who are we to champion ourselves as the morally right? With considering especially America's history, with all the raping, the pillaging, the stealing of culture, subjugating people, with our history, but we're gonna champion ourselves to be morally above everybody else and all these other countries out there that practice polygyny. These guys are just they're ingrates. They come on, man. It's like, what does it mean to marry someone the right way? Just because they don't have a marriage license, that doesn't mean it's wrong. But I think what's real problematic is when you have the nerve to actually call these women hoes. Correct me if I'm wrong. What would you classify a hoe as?
A woman that exchanges her body for intimate favors for money.
Okay.
And I'm keeping it PG. I'm keeping it very PG because I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works. Because, I don't want to say crazy, reckless things. But if you exchange your body for finances, intimacy for finances, then that would classify you as a night walker.
Interesting. So it's funny you say that because I was more so thinking about the actual body count, but you actually talking about the transaction.
The body count would make you promiscuous. That doesn't necessarily make you a full-blown night walker.
That's a very interesting concept. So that means these women out here, they can have a high body count. That just means that they're promiscuous, but not night walkers.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Based on your understanding,
They move like night walkers, but they don't get paid like one. So they're promiscuous. You know, the Bible called that's interesting because the Bible actually uses if you get paid, then you're classified as a
night walker.
WHORE in the Bible.
Right.
Because remember, there was women and men that actually in the temples were giving up themselves for money.
Okay,
the whoremongers and
I agree. So if the transaction is what classifies the individual as
a night walker,
man, the algorithm is funny, man. If the transaction is what classifies someone as a night walker, then maybe wait. Maybe if these women were there for Akon's money, then Tasha K would have a point. But then I would say this first woman, is she any different? I mean, after all, she's asking for $100 million. It's not she only here for the transaction.
Hey, we can't classify her as a night walker because she's married to him. She's a dignified wife. All right. Yes, a wife.
Right.
You got a wife, a girlfriend, the wannabe night walkers who are promiscuous, and then you have full-blown night walkers.
Oh boy.
Okay? Those are hoes. And he's got one that he's paraded around here in the U.S. that just recently got a BBL. I said, why you got a husband that got a BBL? Who are you trying to attract in his group that has money? More money than him. And she's not a wife, but he calls her a wife. This is the only legally married wife. And that's the reason why he didn't want to answer the question.
Exactly. Emphasis on legal.
No chicks personally that have dealt with Akon. And when I tell you there's no money, there's no city, there's back taxes, the jury is fake. He forever around here telling you all this money he's got, all these women he's got. Akon ain't got nothing but podcasts and a lot of mouth and ain't shit to back it up. And she gonna remarry real easy.
Hold on. Tasha K is completely wrong. Tasha K is completely wrong. That money is in his mother's name.
Exactly.
That's in his mother's name. He's probably loaded.
You see, but this is what it is, right? They're gonna go straight to the insults because he outsmarted you. And mind you, this we don't know when Tasha K did this. She probably doesn't even know that he transferred it. This is probably done earlier. But you see, these women that's with Akon is truly a Jedi master. Cause this dude probably like, you know what? Any girl that comes with me, I'm only gonna keep $10,000 in my bank account. And they don't have no access to all my riches, no nothing. So it just looks like he's just playing a game. No, he's not playing the game. We're talking about Akon. Do people remember that this dude made so much money? I think he gave his people in Africa free electricity.
I think that was the plan, but I don't think that materialized.
No, it didn't materialize. I mean, unless if there's no information that come out, but I mean, this dude literally had videos that all came out.
Did he actually like? I don't know. I don't know.
I said all the continent. I'm talking about just his people in his particular region. He gave them free electricity.
Hey, that's still up for debate. I don't know. I got to do some research on that. I got to do some research.
So do you believe Akon is broke?
No, I don't think he's broke. I think he has money, but he's probably moving silently.
That's it. And that's the blueprint for us, man. Move in silence. You don't got to parade your finances to anybody because, again, you're going to end up attracting night walkers, right? Or even this woman for 29 years, right? You don't want to classify she's legally married, right? 29 years. Okay, whatever. But, bro, you got to think about it. If you flaunt your money, you're going to attract women that clearly want you for the money. I mean, that's what you got what you led with.
Yep, them vampires.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of sucking your blood, they suck something else and suck your money.
Divorce, they do. Especially when you go outside the Muslim covenant. You're only allowed up to 5, and you got to be able to afford them all. And if you can't afford the land, the solar city that you were going to build, sir, you definitely can't afford this wife anymore.
Rockefeller Records co-founder Damon Dash has filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy in my backyard, and he didn't hire me. I reviewed the schedules. First, he listed just $4,350 in assets. He has a lot of companies that are listed with unknown value worth of assets. Also, I found it really interesting that he owes Chris Brown supposedly.
So I don't know what all of this is about. But in short, y'all, I guess to land the plane, like, what do you think we could take away from this, bro?
Well, I think that men are catching on. It's just like members, people like Hakimi, people like Akon, these rich and powerful men that have, toiled and labored with their hands to amass such a wealth.
In less than
They
24
don't want
hours.
to lose it. They don't want to lose it. And who can blame them? They don't want to lose it, right? They don't want to be, the whole point was to work in order to become successful and become wealthy. Now it's just like these women can easily divorce them, and it's just like, man, it could set them back for years and generations, or they could go right back. So it's just like, I think they found a system that works. I think men need to start following them. And if, it teaches women, hey, stay with your man. Stay with your man. Unless if he abuses you, unless if he cheats on you, then stay with your man. Work things out. Go to therapy. Pray together. Do something. Stay with your man.
Yeah, I agree
What
with
about you? What you think?
Nah, I think you said it. Everything you said was spot on, bro. I think we in a time where men have learned from one another. They have laid down the blueprint, thanks to Hakimi, that hey, especially if you're really successful, right? You got to get to a point where you probably just give your finances to someone that you can entrust. It seemed like in both those situations, it was their mother. Give it to your mom. You know what I'm saying? Someone that can hold it down, that's not going to spend your money, and you get protected, right? And then lo and behold, when they pass away, they probably got it set up in such a way where you're going to retrieve your money back anyway. But I think another thing too is that I think we got to really put emphasis, like the time that some of these women are willing to wait. Like, I'm not going to lie, 29 years, that probably would have put your guard down. You probably would have very well been like, nah, I got to ride or die. But now you can't really tell anymore. It's real sad. And Tasha K, to her credit, she put a picture of Akon and that woman before he even blew up. So to think about it, it's just like he probably like, was she a gold digger? Probably not, right? It's just like, you knew me when I had nothing. And even that type of woman, look at what she's trying to do to this guy. Again, we are getting in. You're absolutely right. We are getting only one side of the story, but I do believe that there's nothing justified. Like, if this man didn't put his hands on you, and this man, hold on. If this man didn't put his hands on you, right? He didn't abuse you. There is not it's not grounds for divorce. Like, just stick with your man. Yeah, go ahead. You have the last word.
We got to think about it too. Why would she be asking $100 million? So she must suspect that Akon is probably worth even more than that. So to say Akon doesn't have money, I think is kind of foolish, because she's asking that much. That means she probably knows his finances. She's been with him for 29 years.
Yeah.
See? So it's just like, my question is, if you ain't got a mother, what you do now? What's the play?
Oh, I mean, again, man, I think is it truly the mother, or does it an entrusted family member? But you see, even at that, right? When we deal with humanity, you don't know, right? We could just only hope that you got somebody that's really on your corner. And I think that's the sad thing in this whole thing. Like, who's on your corner? If you can't even trust your wife, who's on your corner?
Nick, if I ever blow up, yo, I'm trusting you, man. You got to have my back for real.
Hey, likewise, man. You brothers gotta stick together, man.
I'm giving you my bread, and then keeping that $10,000 in the bank.
That's it, man. That's it. Bro, we gotta find someone you can really trust. But anyway, y'all, if y'all like this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Please, we're gonna put the link to our official Eugene Brothers channel. Please subscribe to that as well, because we are gonna eventually make the transition to that channel. But with that being said, y'all, Nick, James, over and out. Jesus is King, y'all.
Subscribe.